All right, here's the deal. I'm a punk, all right? Punk's not good, it's not bad, it's just what I am. I'm a punk. And you know what? The world needs more of us. They need more punks. And I'll tell you why we need more punks. You know, punks are people, and people that actually know who they are. That's the first rule. But funny thing is, there are no rules. There's no rules to punk. Punk is nothing except for who I am, who I want to be, who I am today. And you know what? That might change tomorrow. And that's the thing. It's fluid. It changes. So you know what? Let me change for a second. Hair's up, hair down, still a punk. Black, white, red, yellow, still a punk. The thing about punks is you still know who you are. Who am I today? I'm a doctor. I'm a punker. Well, what does that really mean? What does punk really mean? Is it really just about being who I want to be? It really is, because you know what? There's boxes, and people get put into boxes all the time. And guess what punks do? We think outside the box. A box confines us. A box keeps us in, and we want to be let out. Let your freak flag fly. Just be who you are. Be the person you want to be today, because you know what? That's punk. So you got to think about how punk started. Punk started because it was it was a change. It was a change in the way that music was actually being, played to the individuals out there. Punk stripped it down. It didn't take those large solos and those big arena, rock anthems that were being played and made them into simple, stripped down 3 chords, everybody in your face, angry at the world music. And the thing is, music is what makes the world kind of spin around in its own way, and it lets us express ourselves in a way so we can say, hey, here's who I am, here's what I stand for. And punk took everything, looked at it, and punched it in the face and said, here's what we are. We stand for this. We stand for being individuals, standing up for what we believe in that may be against what everybody else believes in. People want to put things down on punks and say, this is what you are. And we say, nope, this is who we are. We're our own individuals. We are the people that we want to be. So as a community, who are the punks? I mean, I'm a punk. You're probably a punk, but don't even know it. But there's lots of punks around us that you might not even realize. They don't have to have spikes in their hair or pins in their face. Punks basically stand up and they say, I'm doing things differently. Once again, I'm thinking outside of the box. So you got people like Elon Musk. You may not like him, but that guy thinks outside the box. That's pretty punk. You got people like Rosa Parks, who said, enough is enough. I'm not standing for this. I'm going to sit, in fact. And this is pretty punk, because you're not going to tell me where I can sit or what I can do. Or John Lewis, who marches across a bridge and says, you can't stop me because we're going to overcome. Because that's pretty punk. So you can find multiple examples of people in the community that are punk that you may have never thought about. But think about it. All the punks do, and the simple things they have, is they have a rebellious spirit in their mind. They think of ways to make change. And that's what punks are. Always about change, because it's always a transition. It's always a change. So the reality is, you know what? Punks. It might not be who you like. There's all kinds of punks. There's hardcore guys. There's the gutter punks. There's those guys that are emo. There's all the guys who actually look at, skate punk. And the reality is, we're all punks together. We're in this collective. And the thing about us, no matter what your belief is, even if you don't agree with that person, one thing that punks always do, they look at it as a community and they always pick each other up. You might look at the pit and realize there's this violent activity taking place, people slamming into each other. And from the outside perspective, it looks chaotic. But when a person goes down, no matter what their belief is, if you're there and you're watching those same people on stage and you're a punk, you pick that person up. And that's community. That's what punk really is. It's community. It's a community of individuals that are together who are all separate, but actually together because they all believe in themselves and they have the ability to express themselves. And when one goes down, we pick them up. The pit, you're down, we pick you up. So, when you're out there in the community and you're looking for what you got to do, say you see individuals blocking traffic. Say you see that there's folks out there that seem to make your day get thrown off in some way. Well, they're being punk. They're standing up for what they believe. They're being who they need to be. So instead of actually trying to take them down, pick those people up from the pit. Give them a honk, give them a wave. But remember, pick them up. You don't have to agree, but just pick them up. So really, how am I a punk? So there's all these boxes people want to put you in. They want to actually box you in and say, you have to be this type of person. So, I always wanted to be a doctor. I happen to be a physician. But I also happen to play in a punk rock band at the same time. And you know, it's actually pretty cool that I have the opportunities to play in bands and do whatever I want. It's me being me and not doing what you expect me to be. If they say, well, you're this African American guy and you can't be in a punk band, or that you're in a punk band, you can't be a doctor. The question is, why can't I do what I want to do? I want to be me. I want to do what I want to do. If I want to walk on these rocks and take a chance, I'll take that chance. And if I fall, it's me falling. It's me falling on my own terms. Me making my own risks and taking them. And not doing the safe thing that you think I should do. That's being punk. Why do you have to be locked into the same old drab, mundane, 9 to 5, buttoned up, laced up, this is what you do? If inside you want to be the tooth fairy, be the tooth fairy. If you want to be the person that writes video games, you do that. But you know what? Reevaluate anything you're doing so that you can become the person that you want to be. And that's being punk. I'm the person that I want to be. It makes me happy. And I think more punks out there means more happy people. So we got to have more punks. So the reality is, you should be punk. I mean, I can't tell you what to do, right? Because if I told you what to do and you did it, then it wouldn't be punk, right? But you got to be punk. It's that weird, you know, dichotomy of telling you what to do and telling you not what to do. I'm just trying to help you to be who you are. Open up to be the person that you really want to be. Open your mind up. Be more free. Think outside of the box. Make yourself more happy. Punks are more happy. Look at me. I'm happy. You should be happy too. So you got to be punk. So punk's a constant reevaluation of who you are, who you want to be. One day, you may be that person that flies the freak flag. The next day, you may not. But that's on you to actually find the punk inside of you and let it out. Punk's a fluid transition always. It's never static. It's not something that's rigid. Punk is fluid like everybody in the pit, moving around in circles. Listen to that tune that gets you moving. Punk is always going to be in flux, always for change, looking for change in the world around you and personally for you. That's what punk is. It's change. And we've always got to make some changes. So, it's time for me to be punk.